Group B, Cooler versus Sparty, and we begin on Sinister, and we begin with Cooler, who gets the Mega Spawn. And looks
Yeah,
like
interesting that he doesn't go for rail, which was actually the correct move because Sparty was there. So as long as Cooler gets out of here, okay, he's taken one rail. He should be okay. He's just got to he wants to get the rail, but he's got to be careful that Sparty's not around, which he isn't. So he's got to make sure that he gets this yellow and then sort of play defensive because Sparty is going to have the dominant stack from the initial starting spawns.
Looks like very, very slow affair here from Cooler. He wants to be playing this at a snail's pace. But actually, as I said, he goes really aggressive straight on the Mega. That was a very fast play there, and he gets himself on the red. Wow, that's impressive. He didn't suffer more damage from that.
That could have gone really bad for Cooler, but he managed to make it work, so I suppose you can't knock it too much. But now he's, from being in a bad spot, now he's in a pretty even spot. All players have all the guns, and all players have a decent stack. Cooler grabbing that yellow has a bit more, so maybe he should be able to fight for this red pretty hard. And I'd be surprised if he didn't want to go for at least one more shot. Okay, so he's got to go backwards because he can't leave Mega. So he's in a really good position for Mega now. And perfect positioning for him to push Sparty away from the Mega. So yeah, he's in a good spot now.
Definitely looking quite interesting for Cooler. And again, off that aggressive play, I thought everything that would have made sense would have been like a really slow approach from Cooler, but instead of that ridiculously mad rush.
It's the sort of thing you might see Evil do. Maybe he's learning from Evil, I don't know.
Definitely keeping himself unpredictable. And there is Cooler now, just trying to get some damage onto the red. He doesn't want to take it, especially with Sparty in that position. And Sparty, really good placement on his spam rockets, is going to force Cooler out without an opportunity for damage dealt. And Cooler going to find great dodge there from Cooler. And he's going to get some good lightning as well, but he has to turn away from the Mega Health. That is going to go to Sparty as Cooler does lurk on the mid area here, and he's just avoiding.
That was a really interesting fight. I mean, Cooler didn't want to take it, but then he was sort of forced into it, and he could have easily died there. He sort of, I wouldn't say he got lucky, but he could have easily died, like I said. But he did manage to get away. He's still in a good spot. I mean, Sparty definitely has the advantage, but as long as Cooler can get on the yellow, which he will do, and get away for free, oh, maybe he won't, because it's actually the other yellow. No, he did get it, yeah. So he's in a really good spot. He can choose to defend the red, which with these grenades pouring down.
Oh, Sparty on the grenade bounces him away from the Mega, but it's not even enough.
No, so that was a risky try. It was risky trying to defend that, but yeah, it didn't work out that time because Sparty got some really nice LG, and he's going to be able to grab the red, and he just needs to get more rockets, which he has got now, and he should be able to, control the map. Actually, he's not going to be able to stop Cooler from getting any guns, but he's going to push in anyway, and this is kind of an interesting fight, which I guess Sparty he wants to fight because he's got a lot of stack. Cooler doesn't, so Cooler's got to really be able to avoid Sparty right now.
It's interesting that fight with the grenade there because it was a fight that, like, as you said, maybe Cooler shouldn't have stuck around to defend that, but he even got the best possible scenario, and it still wasn't close. So that to me suggests that Cooler completely misread Sparty's stack there.
Generally, when you stick around to fight for an item like that, you actually have to get the item, or else you're not going to really be in a good spot. And I'm fairly sure Cooler didn't get that one. So. But interesting, good attack there by Sparty, knowing that Cooler doesn't have quite enough health to be able to really defend, and now he's going to be stuck on the red. So important that he got the red, but it's not going to matter too much because Sparty, actually it is going to matter a lot now because he has managed to get Sparty reasonably weak, and Sparty should have just dropped with LG there, I guess, but he decided not to, which is okay as well. But what you don't want now is for Cooler to have the guns that he has right now. So you want to keep Cooler low. So that would have been such a clutch rail to really hit because it would have kept Cooler low. But now Cooler has a bit of stack, and now he can actually try and defend this red, which he is going to do. And see, this is why it would have been better for probably Sparty to take a risk and drop. So this sort of thing couldn't happen.
Oh no!
He's gonna die.
And he falls, and Cooler's going to get all the LG he needs to get the frag. That was, and again, it's just proven that it's a game of shots as well. I mean, like you said, if you hit that one rail, Cooler can't get aggressive there, and now he's on the Mega too. He's going to get this perfect timing on the red armor just afterwards. And as we approach the halfway point, it's going to start to switch into Cooler's favor. And Cooler hasn't looked this good on Sinister so far. 200-200, he is looking very strong. And Sparty, there's nowhere for him to go. He's got to fight here. It's a committed battle, and he's going to die. And now it's a tie game, so Sparty completely caught out in the open there. And nothing much more to happen than him just to die for almost for free.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that Cooler had played Cooler had played pretty standard, and then Sparty has just made a couple of mistakes. So Cooler has been able to capitalize on this, and he might want to push in. No, doesn't want to, which is probably fine considering that Mega is coming. And now with Mega, Sparty's going to be lost here for a little bit. He needs to sort of slow down, which is what he's doing. He's doing the right thing, but he needs to get a yellow, and also he could probably use the LG, but that's going to be so hard for him to get. So yeah, Sparty, don't know what he's doing here, and now he's dead. So the worst thing now for Sparty is, okay, exactly this, that he spawns in front of him, so he's gonna go down 3-1. So it was important for Sparty to, because the fact that Sparty was winning, that changes the sort of the dynamic of the play a lot, because Cooler will have to attack. But Sparty lost his lead now, so it's going to be even easier for Cooler now that he's actually...
oh, nice.
Sparty needs to do something. And now he's racking up the frag, so he should just go red. And if Sparty's there, he's dead. And he needs to slow down the game, you know. 4 minutes to go, he can still win, but he needs to slow down right now.
Some good spawn play there from Cooler, actually. I don't think I've seen someone actually be successful in that one before on Sinister, and from the stream matches we've had. And Cooler now going to try to make his way back onto the lower yellow. And there is Spot. He's going to find him. Pulls out the lightning gun, and Spot, he cannot defend with his rocket launcher. And Cooler will pick up the 6th kill as Sparty is trailing ever more behind, only with 1 on the board. And now things are getting a bit grim. Cooler's just, he is doing the ABC right now. Yep. And it does seem like very much like what you said. It's a case of Sparty making mistakes and Cooler, you know, just playing a standard straight up game.
Yeah, I mean he's played well, but he hasn't played. You know, it's mostly been him capitalizing on mistakes, which obviously Quake relies on your opponent making mistakes. But yeah, it's been kind of a pretty average play by Sparty when he, after that initial, you know, start, and especially going for damage now, he couldn't afford to take that. And if he's going to defend the Mega, he's going to die. So yeah, Cooler probably going to run away with this one from here. I mean, Sparty has nothing to his name other than a yellow, no gun, and Cooler probably going to chase him. But Sparty has managed to get away, so he should be able to get this yellow. And he needs to do some damage here, at least do some damage. He did a bit, but probably not enough so that he's going to be able to get a red. But this is actually his chance. And
wow.
Going up the jump pad, I don't know why he would do that. It's not like he had like 300 health where it could have been okay. So this is Sparty's shot.
And even a direct off the spawn as well, Sparty is really pushing this momentum forwards. He's not so stacked though, and it's got to be careful. One nasty rocket from Cooler on the defense could change everything. And Cooler's going to get some great defensive rockets, even more there. Gets the frag with 10 points of health remaining, and the Mega just taken. Cooler is safeguarding that lightning gun, and he's going to have to get out of there. Sparty running around above, and Cooler just didn't have enough to stick around, and now he's going to find himself back at the red, and without too much to work with.
That last Mega grab was just clutch timing really by Cooler. He knew it was exactly the time on it. He was running past. Most players would have just kept running and probably died, but he knew that the timing was like right now. So he stood on it and managed to get it. And you know, great grenades here by Cooler to enable him to get on the red as well. So Cooler playing this close to perfectly here, and he's in a good position. Just needs to defend Sparty. And the thing is, he knows Sparty needs to attack. So even though it might seem like Sparty's doing a bad attack, he needs to do it. And he's actually almost managed to work out for him. I mean, that would have been another clutch miss there by Sparty. If he had hit that, Cooler would have died. So that would have been another opportunity for him to get it back in the map. Now he's probably not going to get another one.
Yeah, certainly, so Cooler now, he's on this railing, he's missing the shots, and good amount of damage coming out from the Swede as Cooler now double backs through the teleporter. Definitely on the back foot, but there's only less than 90 seconds left for Sparty to bring back 6 kills. And Cooler, as weak as he is, I doubt he's going to be giving those up very easily, almost connecting with Sparty with those long-range rockets. And Cooler trying his best to rock climb up the side there. And he does manage to get to the top eventually. Cooler now defending the aggression from Sparty. Sparty peeking out. Takes a lot of damage there from the lightning gun of Cooler, and things aren't looking so good for Sparty. He just can't even find the damage. Oh, that's awesome with the grenades right there. That's almost scripted.
I don't really think that it really mattered anyway. He wasn't going to win.
No.
Sparty anyway, he had like a minute to get like 6 frags. It's not going to happen on this map. You can play quite slow off spawn on this one, and there's not really that many spawns where you can spawn like right in front of your opponent, so it's really hard to sort of get frags really quickly. So yeah, Cooler's played really well. I guess the clutch situation that he managed to win was when Sparty fell down from the red armor, and Cooler was there waiting with LG, and he turned a bad situation into a good one just by pushing forward with LG, getting the frag, and then played really well from there. And Sparty made quite a few mistakes, so he made it rather easy for Cooler to, you know, rack up the frags.
Certainly. So, final score is going to be 11-2 for Kula on Sinister, and that's going to be a great start for the Russian legend, who so many people love watching. And I'm sure the viewership jumped up as soon as Kula jumped into the game. So it's always good to see him playing. And he's, I think the next match we're going to go to after this one, of course this one's not done yet, is going to be Evil versus Demon. So you guys have to also stay tuned for that. It's going to be really interesting to see Evil's shape as well as Demon. As everyone in this group is so interesting. So next map coming up, and a lot of work has to be done by Sparty here. Do you think that Sparty's shape was looking really bad there, or was it just a few mistakes, really?
Yeah, I think it's just a few mistakes. Sometimes you can have a map where, like I said before, where you get stacked a few times, so you lose all your stack for nothing. And it sort of happened a few times there for Sparty. And against a player like Cooler, his control is quite good, obviously, so it's difficult to sort of come back from there. But he had his chances, obviously. He was 2-0 up in a good spot, so you can't really say that he got completely dominated, because it could have easily gone differently if, say, one fight had gone his way again, and he had made perhaps stacked Cooler, so it would have been interesting. But no, this map, we're going into Furious Heights, which is obviously Cooler's pick. So like I was saying before, you never want to lose your opponent's pick in like a best of 3. So it's going to be tough for Sparty, but he can do it. I mean, he's not as strong on this one as they say he would be on Sinister, so I'd expect Cooler to take this one too. But yeah, he can do it, of course.
Yeah, this will be a really cool one to see. This is just always a great map to watch between players. Like it's
one of the best, if not the best.
It's almost the best measure of skill, dueling skill, because it's just got everything. And
yeah,
here
really
we go.
Great map.
We have Cooler and Sparty getting live. This is match point for the Russian. Cooler on Furious Heights here for Group B for the full season final. And Cooler right now got the LG Mega start. Always the most enjoyable start, in my opinion, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, I actually like the LG off start as well, because then when you have the LG and your opponent doesn't, it can really give you a lot of advantages, obviously, but especially over this first red, which is quite often an LG fight. So as you can see, Cooler using the LG, he's going to be able to get it on the red, so perfect positioning by him. But the problem is he doesn't want to take a rail here, but another problem that he's having is if he waits around too long, he's not going to be able to get back to Mega. So he is going to be able to get back to Mega because he wasn't delayed too long. But again, he still doesn't have rail. Where's Sparty? No, he doesn't want to go for any rails. So Cooler needs to get on the rail, and then he'll be in a great position to dominate the map.
Yeah, 200 in 40 seconds. Cooler now just playing it super slow, trying to see if perhaps he can get an Inception here onto his opponent, Sparty, but no such thing will happen as Cooler takes away the next red armor. And again, as you said, he is without that railgun, so that's a very big consideration, but he's going to find the close range engagement against Sparty. Sparty pulls out the lightning gun as well, dealing humongous quantities of damage against Cooler, but Cooler's still looking alright. He doesn't have the railgun yet, run out of rockets as well. Mega's up. This is a great opportunity for Sparty, whose aggression's unrelenting. He's going to come back for another round, and he's going to get the kill as well. What happened to Cooler right there? Sparty going to spot Cooler again off the spawn, in fact, and things are just getting worse and worse for Cooler after what looked like a great start.
It was a great start, but like I was saying, weapon advantage means so much. It's not even the fact that he doesn't have the weapon so he can't use it, it's the fact he still needs it. So he's going there, so Sparty can wait there, deny it, and quite often the guns in Quake Live are in such terrible spots as Cooler blows himself up. So it was making it really easy for Sparty to do massive damage from there, and he did a really great job and managed to kill Cooler. So that was all because he didn't have rail. And he gets up another frag. So this has been really, really great play from Sparty so far.
Cooler spawns in front of him at the rocket launcher, and Mega once again direct connected by Cooler, which could really change a lot. That buys a lot of options here for Cooler now, who knows that he can get a little bit aggressive because Sparty's he's gonna be running on fumes soon. If he can't get this Mega, he does barely manages to get the Mega in time. So not gonna be running on fumes just yet, but he is low on momentum here on Steam. So Sparty is going to spot Cooler. Nice rail from above as Cooler makes his way out of the railgun room. It's 2 to -1 now, and that's a good rail returned. And now Sparty is in a very troubling situation. If he goes for rail, gets damage received as he deals it.
SPART1E right now needs to spam some grenades. If he had some couple of grenades down there and he had to hit that rail, Cooler might have backed onto another grenade. But I mean, he was there 7 seconds before red, so that's perfect for spamming nades, but he didn't choose to. He's not in a terrible spot here, or he is now after he got railed, because Cooler's probably going to be able to push in. Oh, actually, he's managed to get away, so SPART1E's still in a decent
escape.
spot. Again, he should use grenades here, spam him onto the red. Just spam grenades. Oh no, don't come out. Oh, he's actually come out and it's worked out because Cooler was caught with the wrong gun out. But Cooler's still probably going to get the frag. And yeah, a couple of grenades again might have been quite beneficial for SPART1E. So twice now he didn't use them when maybe they were the best option. But he's still winning, which is obviously key. So that Cooler will eventually need to come to him. But SPART1E, he's now trapped. So he needs to try and get away, and he's probably not going to be able to. So yeah, SPART1E in a bad spot now.
Certainly, so there's another frag for Cooler as he gets the deficit lower and lower. Only one now, and he's going to find that one surely soon. Screaming is SPART1E in need of a medic, but there's none to be found as Cooler also now very low, 47 health on him, as he definitely needs to get this frag shortly. But the problem is that there's nothing really spawning to help him replenish his stack to make it a safe fight, and there's
the biggest things for Cooler here is he has all the guns and SPART1E doesn't, so you'll probably see him rocket or rail from back here. And rail, yeah, nice. Perfect. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. The weapon advantage means so much in Quake Live. A lot of newer players don't really think about it as much as they should, because it means so much. So again, SPART1E caught with no rocket launcher, so you can't really fight in this area. So you'll probably see Cooler grab both yellows here, and SPART1E probably just go for the rails. That's the sort of thing he does, and yeah, he's going to die for it. So yeah, pretty basic play by Cooler. I mean, he's doing the right things, but it's not like it was like a wonder move or anything, and SPART1E just walking straight into it. So really poor play by SPART1E.
4-2 now, Cooler rocketing himself into the lead, and there is another fight commencing over at the Mega, but it's going to be SPART1E that picks up the kill, and subsequently the Mega health as well, as he now cycles his way back over to the red armor. And Cooler, if he goes for a challenge here, he's going to find himself in a lot of trouble. He just gets the hell out of there. It's definitely a wise decision. Now SPART1E on the chase for Cooler. He wants to hunt down the Russian as best he can. And
yeah, I don't really know what Cooler was doing using rockets. I mean, he had the weapon advantage, you know, like I was saying before. He should have just used LG when he jumped for Mega, and he would have been much better off, because it's like an even fight if you're both using rockets there. But if Cooler was using LG and SPART1E was using rockets, it's not even, so Cooler would have won it. But he should be able to get it on the Mega here, as long as he doesn't take any more than one rail. Okay, so he didn't even take that, so he's in a really good spot now. Just got to grab, you know, wait out for another yellow and then move in. But SPART1E has got him pinned, but you can be quite strong from where Cooler is if you have strong LG, so it'll be interesting. Good movement by SPART1E to move in, and he's actually done that excellently, and he should be able to get the frag, and that's really great movement there, and like a little trick around the corner there to get down without being LGable. That's really great by SPART1E, so he's now in a really dominant position himself.
SPART1E going to find Cooler once again. Cooler has a nice position here to defend from, though. SPART1E gets knocked down. It's 4-4, and Cooler gets caught by some terribly damaging lightning gun there. But there is the direct received, another strong rocket, and again Cooler puts SPART1E down to 100 health, no armor. He's locked down the choke points. There's no entry to the red side of the map for SPART1E. He's locked out completely at the moment. Cooler's going to take advantage, going to pick up 150 on the resources. But SPART1E, there he is from above with the rockets, raining in death and destruction. And he's going to have to back away there, though, as he is getting quite low himself. And Cooler's position is... I'm just going to switch over to Cooler to see... Oh, okay, let's see how he is. He's 29 health, 47 armor, so he's not doing... Well, he's doing pretty badly, let's be honest. He will jump onto the red armor, just perfect timing, though, and takes the fight against SPART1E, but he's so low, SPART1E switches away from that lightning, and he runs out of cells at a key moment, allowing Cooler to live just long enough to preserve his armor and get back into the game for this... well, not in time for the Mega, but at least in time to get some position and keep his weapons.
Yeah, that was kind of two bad moves there by SPART1E. I mean, where he died in the... or he took heaps of damage in the Mega room, he really should have just used LG from the start, but excellent rockets. So, and then again, at the red there, he should have probably just backed away to Mega, but he decided to go in for the LG fight. Didn't finish Cooler off, but did manage, luckily, to sort of push him away. So he managed to get a lot of stack and then came back to red and then managed to get the frag. So he's in a really good spot again. So this has been a really back and forth game. And if SPART1E can hit a rail here, it's going to be so crucial. Oh, and he misses.
Almost, but he's going to go in for the LG finish, and Cooler misses the defensive damage. And that is really going to be hard to come back from now. I mean, what are Cooler's options like against Sparty in this position? Sparty is going to find Cooler again as he picks up the LG, abusing the fact that Cooler needed that weapon, and he's going to get the finish with the railgun as well. So wonderful play coming in from Sparty now at the end, towards the end of this match, to get himself 3 frags in the lead. Another great combo.
I was going to say, if Sparty manages to lose this map, I would say it's a bit of a choke from here. You don't really want to be losing too many games from this position. But yeah, he's just got to... See, what's he doing? He's not using his gun advantage. I mean, Cooler doesn't have rail. He should just sit back and rail. And maybe hit one rail, then move in with LG, so when he's so weak. There's no need to push in and make it an even fight. So now Cooler has a little bit of a window, and especially because he's now going to kill Sparty. So it's just, it's kind of, it's hard to believe. I mean, he's going to get a good spawn, be able to get on the red, but really poor play by Sparty there.
So it's all on Cooler to do something incredible here, and maybe for Sparty to make another mistake. And it could just be Cooler with 3 frags in the 90 seconds that remain in this match to actually close it out as well. This is a hugely important map for Sparty. He is not on match point. It's going to be Cooler who's on the match point. So Cooler going to be trying to finish this off with this comeback. Can he do it though? There's the red coming up now. He's going to go for the drop. He's very low on rockets, very low on cells. So Cooler really having issues with the ammo right now. Going to pick up some rockets, but there goes Sparty. Great rail there. Finds him through the teleporter, and Cooler trying to find him. Oh, but Sparty gets the mega. He doesn't jump across though with the rocket jump, and he's going to find himself dead. That's 2 frags now for Cooler in 50 seconds. Oh, and he finds the direct. He gets it instantly. 8-7 now. Just one more.
I'm kind of in disbelief here that Sparty's going to find a way to lose this. I mean, or he's probably going to lose from here. I mean, he just wants to keep fighting and keep engaging when he doesn't need to. He's 4 frags up with like a minute to go. You don't need to fight or go for any items. You don't even need to do damage on any items because you have a decent stack yourself. I mean, he had 100-100. You're not really attackable if you have 100-100 and all the guns. So he hasn't needed to do all the things that he's been doing. And now Cooler probably going to just push in and get a frag.
There goes Cooler. Oh, and he misses the close range rail. Oh, but Sparty kills himself with the rocket splash. 15 seconds left and we're at a tied game. Every item's up, and Cooler's going to pick up the mega. I mean, Sparty's going to get some armor here, but again, you know, you're talking about weapon advantage all day, and that's really the problem for Sparty. He doesn't really have all the weapons.
Can't take a rail here, and he does well. So he's actually done really well to. So he'll be able to get on the weapons here, like you were saying, which is important. So he's just got to get a rocket launcher, and then he'll be in a really good spot. So he should just probably just go for it, which he isn't. So that could come back to haunt him at red. No, it's not going to. Cooler making a slight mistake there, maybe. He doesn't want to risk going in, but he could have anyway. Okay, so both players sort of even. Sparty's slightly ahead, so he's not in a bad position. And he's now got every single gun, and he'll probably get mega and yellow here, so he'll be looking to hunt. So this is quite good for Sparty, even though he should have already put this game away by now.
Yeah, it seems like Cooler has just reserved to go very, very defensively, presuming that he's completely out of control. And there goes Sparty with the attack, and that's a lot of free damage from Cooler. He took nothing in return there, and Cooler going to go dropping for that yellow armor. We'll pick it up, and he's in a good spot on the armors here. He knows when red is as well. He may have a good guess on the mega too. So let's see what Cooler can do with this as he's playing it slow right now. Sparty on the bridge above, collecting shards in the yellow. Cooler gonna just get a little bit of LG there. So Cooler still so much damage given, nothing received there. Finally, Sparty does return something, but only after Cooler stole the mega. So
no, what are you doing, Sparty? That's so obvious that he's gonna be there. It's just big mistakes where he just is asking to get stacked, you know, lose all his stack for nothing. It's just like he's playing naive a little bit in a way that he sort of assumed that Cooler wasn't going to be there, even though like 99% of the time he's going to be. So it's not pretty, but he's not in a terrible spot. He should be able to get the red. Cooler might. No, he's not going to go aggressive. So Sparty's actually going to go aggressive on red. This is actually a good opportunity. It's unlucky for Cooler that the mega hasn't spawned.
This is looking very bad for Cooler. This could be the moment. But Cooler manages
Sparty won't want another overtime, I don't think. Sparty will want to go for a frag, so he's probably just grab a yellow and then try and defend the red. Don't think Cooler will attack it though, because he's more experienced and cleverer than that. So yeah.
Oh, it takes a nasty rail there. And Cooler is a player that in overtimes he's one of the most. He holds his nerve.
Yeah.
Like
he
no
doesn't
one else.
He won't throw it away. He won't throw it away.
So let's see now. He just saw Sparty going over to the top spot, but no, Sparty coming back a bit. And Cooler just hiding around this corner. It's
it's risky, it's risky.
Oh, he's going for it. He goes for the dive on the mega. He takes it away, but he's still so low, and he gets railed again. Surely Sparty's going to finish him. Sparty goes back for the red.
Yeah, this is
And,
okay, but his problem is, again, like last map on Sinister, when you let him live, bad things can happen. So Sparty, again, misses the shot that would have really crippled him again. So now he's got a chance, and it's not like Sparty's winning here. If Sparty was winning, that's fine. But Sparty isn't winning, so he needs to make something happen, and now it's going to be harder than maybe just moving in back then. So he's got to get to red, but the problem is Cooler's never going to show his face. He's too experienced to ever be hit by any damage here. His best opportunity is going to be going through the teleporter or just low or a big grenade. So that's going to enable Cooler to probably get the mega here. So yeah, it's actually Cooler waiting for the 50 bubble. So unlucky for him that it wasn't up. Don't know what Sparty's doing waiting, but he's going to grab this, grab the other yellow, and then defend the red. But Cooler, he won't be there. Oh, and Cooler now going in for the yellow, which is probably really risky. So Sparty could want to pin him in there, but he has actually decided to back away, which is kind of weird. But anyway, so Cooler in a bad spot now.
Oof, and he missed another crucial rail there. But he hit the first one at the very least.
Yes.
And they run into each other. This is so bad for Cooler. Oh, but the rockets! Oh, and he goes back for it.
Wow, that would have killed Sparty there. That was great rocket play and kind of poor rocket play by Sparty. So 30 seconds, Sparty, as long as he doesn't attack, he should just go back to Mega. Oh no, he's trying to get too gready here. Just back away and get the Mega, but it's not going to work out too badly. He's just going to hide, which can work okay. I'd prefer to go to the grenade launcher.
And but Cooler finds him with the lightning gun.
Cooler's going to get the frag.
Oh, 10 seconds left, and he's going to find the kill. Oh my god, Cooler knew exactly where he was hiding.
Yeah, like I said, the grenade launcher would have been better because it's so hard to attack and it's easier to escape. There was no escape from there. He got trapped, and now triple overtime. So, big. Oh no!
Oh, and Sparty. Oh, he stole the red though.
Wow.
Yeah, oh my goodness. He's standing on Cooler's head. Sometimes that happens when you're on someone's head that you take it instead. It's really weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, Cooler does get the mega, and things. It's a tight game again, and actually. After that steal of the red, Cooler's not necessarily that much ahead on the stacks, so he can't get too incredibly confident here. And Sparty going to pick up the next red,
big rocket
using
needed to hit that
LG advantage pretty well. Oh, very nasty rail there. And all of a sudden, Cooler again is in dire straits. We just see Cooler. Oh my god, what a rocket!
That went through the grate and hit the... It was a really nice spam by Sparty there. So now Cooler's got to make something happen. It's going to be very difficult because he doesn't have any guns. He needs to get the mega, but instead he's going for the red. So he's putting the game right here, and he's probably not going to work out. Sparty's actually pretty low, but yeah. So now Sparty's probably just going to move in. Oh, he's got a good spawn, so this is the spawn he needed. So he's actually got another shot here. So that was... If he got any other spawn, it's game over. So Cooler needs to move in and get a frag now.
Here he goes, he's going to drop down, has to find Sparty first, but so much free damage for Sparty. Runs out of cells, or very low at least. And Cooler's just too low. I think Cooler... 40 seconds left for Cooler now. 2 frags, and there it is. That's got to be it. That's going to be the last nail in the coffin. And GG ... for Cooler because he just can't believe it.
So Sparty, I mean, he had the game, he blew it. And then he put the game on one drop, and then it was like a close game. And then he had it again, and he got caught behind the shotgun. And then he sort of put the game all on one drop to red, managed to pull that off luckily, and then managed to come away with the game. So Cooler says GG ... so he's not too happy, but wow, big game.
So we go to a third map. I think, is that like, it might even be the first time we're going to a third map today. We've had... 8 matches played already. I think this is the first best of 3 that's going to go to the decider, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, in Group A, all the games were really close, so that's just how it goes sometimes. But interesting. So here we go. We're going to move on to Cure, it seems, as our decider. And so Sparty, it felt like, I mean, what was that game? I mean, like you said, he blew a 4-point lead, and then it seemed like he just kept getting really good situations again and again, and then not like then Cooler would take control repeatedly, then he would get Cooler down like really low, and then it'd just be like that again and again and again. It was such a weird game.
It was an interesting game where I don't really think Cooler was making too many mistakes. He was actually playing quite well, but Sparty was generally the aggressor, so he was the one who was willing to risk the game, or risk being in a terrible position to try and get in a good one, and he managed to pull it off. So it was a really sick game, probably the best one I've seen so far today. Yeah, definitely. And so we're coming off on the final map.
So Cooler and Sparty, this is the third and final map between these two guys for Group B for the full final hit from FACEIT. And Cooler has a decent enough start there, but missing that lightning gun, missing that rail so far. And so this could be very tough to deal with. He's going to get the rail, but no, actually Sparty's right there. But this is a good place for Cooler to fight, and perfect rockets coming in from the Russian. And that was really the only spot where he has a good fight.
Yeah, that was really big rockets there. That the rockets aren't they're not that hard, but you need to hit them. So it's to hit so many in a row is really crucial. And Sparty again, like he loves. After he dies, he likes to go aggressive off spawn a lot, and against a strong player, like a really strong player such as Cooler, it's generally not ideal. So it's Sparty in a terrible position off the bat. So this is actually, for a first time, he's actually got to a bad start, whereas the other two maps he got off to a good start. So it's going to be tough from Sparty for here, but he's got to slow the game down right now. Like, he can't afford this to get 5 or 6 frags.
I think stylistically this map does play a lot better for Cooler. I mean, and there Cooler with a nice bit of LG damage, and if Cooler gets, if he has like any whiff, like he starts to smell like the game, oh, okay, it's getting a bit out of hand. He's gonna start. He's gonna go defensive. He's gonna play it really well. But Sparty's aggressive. So here we go. We've got a nice fight going on over at the red, and Cooler manages with that fight to get better positioning out of it. And finds himself on the Mega side.
That could have gone either way, that fight. But yeah, Cooler definitely with the better of it. Even though damage-wise it was kind of even, he did end up, like you said, massive rockets by Sparty. That's probably going to enable him to get everything here. I mean, that's such important rockets for him to have hit. Like I was saying, yeah, like you said, he managed to get position after it, which is just as important as actually winning the fight sometimes. So yeah, Cooler trapped. Sparty pretty weak though. Oh, that rocket glitched. Don't think it would have killed him anyway. But yeah, so this is Sparty's time, you know. He can't let Cooler. Well, he got the rockets pretty quick there and got up.
But Cooler misses the kind of easy splash against the wall.
So this is good for Sparty. I mean, 3-2 is much better than 3-0, obviously. So he just needs to at least do damage here. If he doesn't get the red, he needs to do some damage. He's done a little bit, but probably not enough to be able to get the Mega. But he's going for it. Risky play. Managed to pull it off, he can get away.
It's so trapped at the moment. Sparty, he's going to try to jump onto the middle pillar, but risking falling in the water. He's like having a bit of a swim there, but does manage to finally get out of there. Cooler almost allowing him to live, it would almost seem, in that situation. Now moving into the next red armor pickup. There is Cooler there for the defense. He's going to push Sparty away, and Sparty going to have to settle with some greens, some yellows, some shards, and maybe some rockets of Cooler as well, as Cooler does spam away.
That's a really important rocket that he hit that. Even though it only did 5 damage, it's really important because it let him know where he was. So that enabled him to know that he could go for the rail, and also then when your opponent gets hit there and red's coming, they're probably going to go low. So he managed to get into a strong position and then sort of follow that up from there. So a really great play by Cooler.
Yeah, great stuff. He's got a great stack to work with. Catches Sparty at the jump pad. That is the 5th frag right there. And with that 5th frag, he's going to be able to make a strong play onto this Mega. I mean, there's no real way for him to be challenged there. And he's just making... I love how he pushed out there first. I mean, the Mega's so hard to take that he can do stuff like that. And now he does spot Sparty below. But Sparty's unable to do anything really with his position, with his weapons, with his stack. There's not much for Sparty at the moment. So Sparty's going to have to settle with the greens and shards like Cooler was previously, but can he actually manage to keep himself alive long enough? There is one nice rail, and all the armor that Sparty just picked up is easily negated. Cooler's in a great
this is really
position.
good by Cooler. He's played this well, but he's... Oh, wow. Cooler wasn't even as weak as what Sparty would have thought there, so the problem for Sparty now is might even think that he's almost... he's gonna go for the Mega here, which is gonna be risky. Cooler's probably just gonna come charging through and be able to, you know, push, at least do massive damage when he hears the Mega pickup. But he actually managed to do none, so Sparty actually in a not too bad a spot here, especially with all the guns that he has. He just needs rail, and then he'll be good. But for this red fight, rail's not really needed, so he could stick around, and I'd probably advise doing that because he might not get a good opportunity for a while. So here's pretty good for him, and massive rockets. Wow, great play by Sparty.
And you know, it's really interesting at the Mega because we saw Cooler, he was creeping on the top level because he never thought that Sparty would ever have, like, would ever make the move just to go for it. Like, because it doesn't really make sense necessarily because it's such a bad spot. So, but actually, Sparty's just like, I'm going to take it. And so Cooler actually gets caught out by trying to meta game Sparty. So very interesting stuff there. And Sparty now is 3 behind, halfway in this, and now comes Cooler down for this red armor challenge. Sparty, perfect positioning, perfect use of the lightning gun, and Cooler's not going to be able to do much. Take away the red armor at the very least, but at the same time, gives up a kill, and Sparty's going to be getting some greens and a yellow and some shards. He's going to be just nice and healthy once again. And then we've got
Important Sparty grabs the LG ammo there. That's really crucial that you're always constantly restocking your ammo and looking at that, which again is similar to like, you know, having the gun advantage. You need to have ammo for the guns, obviously. So this is really good for Sparty here, that he should be able to do massive damage, then back away to yellow. So he just needs to hit a couple of rockets, which is hit one. Now just go through the teleporter, so perfect. But he would have liked to have taken a little bit less damage himself, so maybe not have fired as many dud rockets. But he should still be in a good spot to defend this red. Okay, so Cooler doing the clever thing, backing away for the yellow. And yeah, Sparty's in a good spot now, but he can't let Cooler get the rail. And he wants to, you know, use his gut rail advantage. So we'll see if he can hit a couple of rails. It's going to be tough. Cooler lurking around, knowing that he doesn't have rail and his opponent does, doing the right thing, going for it now. So yeah, that's big.
Sparty goes through the yellow area there. Gonna pick up another one very shortly, and the red is coming up. He might not have time to get over to it, but actually here's Cooler above him picking up a green armor. So Sparty has a very good bearing on him, and now Cooler knows exactly where he is as well, and exactly like what he's gonna go and do in the route that he'll take. And you can see Cooler cutting him off there towards that mega area, and Sparty unable to hit the jump shot, but there is Cooler. Footsteps heard above. And Sparty's waiting for the drop. There goes through the teleporter. Not going to find Cooler there, but there it is. Drops onto Cooler. Finally does find him, but Cooler does return very well as well. So, forcing the fight, but Cooler is more than ready, and that's going to be all the items up and the frag for Cooler. Can he get all the items though?
Sparty really got what he deserved there, charging through. Didn't have enough health. Sort of using LG. Rockets is okay, but if you use an LG, you really deserve to get owned like he did. So he's in a really bad spot now. 3 frags down, just died, which is important because then your mindset is a little different. And again, yeah, you're more likely to make mistakes. So as again, he's been killed. Like similar to the last game, I'd say if Cooler were to lose from here, it'd be a bit of a choke. So hopefully he can, you know, just manage to control the items and, you know, do the right thing, which he probably will because he's such an experienced player. So he knows Sparty needs to take risks like this. So even though he did a lot of damage, he should be okay. Just needs to hit the rockets. Shouldn't even really go for a frag. Just go back for mega and then move in for red and it'll play itself out. So doing the right thing. It's perfect play. Oh, I would have liked to go for red first, but this is okay too because... But it's sort of letting your opponent have an opportunity now if he gets the red. So maybe red would have been better. Although Sparty doesn't seem to want to take it. Has now though.
Yeah, and as you said, you know, Cooler, he's not really known for throwing away leads as nearly as
no, definitely not
as much necessary as Sparty, but just because of his demeanor, and again his experience as well.
Yep.
So very, very unlikely that he's going to blow this lead easily. Sparty's going to have to do something pretty special. Cooler always falls back onto his strong basic game, and here he goes for a bit of a push onto Sparty, abusing his stack, and Sparty, even though he hit like so much.
Yeah, he did as much damage as he was ever going to do, still wasn't enough, and that's, if it wasn't game over before, definitely is now. So Cooler just grabbed the mega. You probably, the thing is right now, you don't want to take a risk, like go for extra frags, what he was doing there. You don't want to do that because Sparty is more likely to do something stupid and just go for the mega, sorry. Because he knows that he needs to take a stupid risk. So Cooler's just better off playing ABC, just item, make sure Sparty can't do something like and get lucky. But game over now, so well played to Cooler, I guess, and really important that he managed to win this. He would have obviously preferred to win 2-0 because if he drops one map, now he's not really guaranteed to go through. But obviously, really important that he won this for his, you know, likelihood of progression.
Certainly. So, yeah, Cooler, I mean, I gotta say, I expected him to win this one and for him to go to actually, I expect him and Evil to go through. This would be my prediction as well.
Yep.
But Sparty can still cause a lot of damage. We haven't seen Evil play yet, so
yep. It'll be interesting to see what sort of form he's in.
Yeah, we'll have him against Demon next, and again, it'd be very much a similar case that we had in the Group A, where we had Cypher versus Twister. Evil versus Demon is going to be one of those matchups where it's like, okay, Demon, we know that you're good for some crazy results sometimes, so what kind of shape are you in today? And Demon is a player that can get emotional sometimes, can get frustrated. If his focus is not 100%, but on the days when his focus is 100%, he's hard to shake.
Yep.
But we haven't seen him on those days that often. So I'm hoping for that because that Demon is really fun to watch.
Yep. Well, obviously you want every player playing the best, so you have the best games. This was a really good series. I mean, I would say the Sinister, Sparty had a good start and sort of did something wasn't ideal and managed to get killed by Cooler, and Cooler ran away from it. The T7 was a bit of a crazy game, but there's nothing wrong with that because it's always exciting. And then this map, both players had chances, but Cooler again managed to make the most of it and then ride that to victory. So well done to Cooler.
Certainly. So on that note, guys, we'll be coming up with Evil and Demon as the next game. So stay tuned for that. We'll go to a quick break. Meanwhile, so see you after that.